What inspires me for crafting? How about Fashion Friday? Look at this gorgeous, gorgeous image that inspired me to create today, and I can't wait to share it with you. This is Jamie with gettingcrafty.net. If you haven't, go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell. We want to make sure that you join us all week long as we create and connect over card making and crafting like this. This is inspired using the new Vellum Basics collection, as well as the Favored Flower, free for a limited time designer series paper, and the Fragrant Flowers bundle. This is going to take it up a notch. We have coloring with 2 levels of glimmer here and lots of beauty. And when you're using vellum, there's a big secret on how to adhesive. Go ahead and check it out and join us. And then comment, let me know what you think. You can see the full measurements. This is not a standard card size on my blog at gettingcrafty.net. That's gettingcrafty.net, link down below. Okay, to say that I'm excited about Fashion Friday coming back is an understatement. I love it. I also really adore the new Fragrant Flowers collection from Stampin Up. This is brand new. It just started. I absolutely am excited about it. Look at these lush flowers, and I can't wait to show you some techniques with this that has actually won me awards. But we're going to start with our Fashion Friday selection. So what we're going to do, you guys, we're going to take a paper that you may not use too often. It's called Shimmery White. So if you look, you should be able to see this very subtle shimmer across the whole very soft white cardstock. It adds a level of shimmer. Now we are going to take like multiple levels of shimmer here. It makes me happy. I love creating with shimmer. So first of all, I want to narrow this cardstock down so that we are ready to die cut it right away. This is a card that's going to be used for some recent orders that were just placed with the new mini catalog. If you haven't seen the new mini catalog, you want it, you know you do. It also comes with our awesome celebration catalog. If you want your own collection, let me know. I'll be glad to pop it in the mail for you. That being said, we're going to do a little watercoloring today, but in a different way. And we're going to grab this stunning rose. I mean, stunning. I love it. And we're going to grab this Stays On Jet Black ink here. It smells like almonds. It really, really does. I don't know what it is about this solvent ink, but it smells deliciously like almonds. And if you know me, I am allergic to all nuts. So it's not a legit almond. It just smells nummy. I used to consume nuts regularly. And then I developed an allergy. Gotta love it. Not really. I'm bummed, but that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and place this stamp down nice and firm right here. And then it kind of sticks. But look at that, you guys. So freaking gorgeous. And it's going to be so easy to create with. So we're going to do that. We also are going to be die cutting. Now this stamp set comes with a coordinating die set. Look at this. So it has a die to cut this out, and it has a dyed greeting. So we are going to be using both the dyed greeting that's got this great little stitching and this die for the flower. And so what I want to do is I'm going to be sending these some thanks cards. And I'm going to grab my thanks right here. And we're going to do a really fun, really simple way to greet somebody is we're going to grab this. And I'm going to say friend because really Jane started the orders off this morning. First thing, she couldn't wait. I'm so excited. And I love when people are as excited about Stampin' Up as I am about creating. And Jane is one of those. She's like really always so sweet and kind. And I'm so grateful for her in my life. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to grab this petal pink. And we're going to pat the thanks in the petal pink. And we're going to stamp that down. And yes, that die fits it perfectly. Look at that really soft, pretty thanks. And then we're going to take that friend in the black. And you can do a couple different things. You can stamp in the middle of it. You can stamp off to the side. You choose. I think I'm going to stamp just below the thanks here. Thanks, friend. I like that. I like that it's kind of woven together, and it's kind of like how your friendships are, right? Your lives are woven together. And then I'm going to go ahead and die cut these out really quickly. Okay, I am so excited. First of all, I love that Stampin' Up dies fit so perfectly. So all you have to do is die cut, and you get lots of great little accessory points there. That little stitching all around it, super pretty. Then we're gonna set these dies back into my die tray, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. So because I want extra sparkle, I want extra fashion forward pretties, we're going to use some really easy watercoloring that's not necessarily the norm. We're gonna grab this stunning Petal Pink ink pad, and we're gonna give it a good squeeze. This is gonna create a little palette of ink right there. Then we're gonna take the Calypso Coral and the Mossy Meadow, and we're going to do the same. You gotta make sure that you give it a good squeeze. Our ink pads are designed to store upside down, so they're really designed for perfect crafting needs, which always makes me super happy, right? Basically anything that makes my life easier. And it prevents the ink from drying out. You should always store your ink pads upside down, and that's why Stampin' Up! Designed it this way. We're gonna use one of my favorite watercoloring techniques, the Wink of Stella. We sell this Wink of Stella. I love it. It's clear, and it's a liquid glycerin-based glimmer pen. And what we're gonna, now some people complain they don't want glimmer inside of their ink pads. I'm not that freaked out about it. It's not overwhelming glitter. It's not like chunks of glitter. And then we're gonna go ahead and paint this in, and we're gonna go around, and we might add some of that coral as we're going, but I'm gonna start with one color. Always go with the lightest, and then you'll work your way into the darkest, which for me is going to be that Mossy Meadow ink. This is based on that gorgeous new free designer series paper called, I'm always sucking at names, Favored Flowers. And oh my gosh, it is lush, you guys. So favorite, so vibrant and deep in color and easy to create with. It's one of those things that does all the work for you, so less is more. And we're gonna go ahead and color all of this in with the Petal Pink here. You wanna leave little sporadic areas of white whenever you're coloring, because where the dark lines are is really where your shadows should be, and you should have a natural source of light here. And so you wanna leave little spots where it makes the color of the flower not look so monotone. And so this is a lot of flour. We're going to go through it kind of quickly. Don't worry, it'll go really faster than you think it will. This is almost therapeutic in the aspect that it's so soothing. And one of the things that is encouraged for your thought processes is to actually focus on one thing at a time. And when you're watercoloring or you're crafting, you tend to do so. And so I love that. Now, every leaf is not going to be the same variety of shading. It's going to be really easy to kind of mix it up here. And then I'm always darker on the inside of my flower. That is the more younger, I would call it like a virgin leaf. It hasn't been really exposed to the elements yet. And it is winter here in Indiana. That's where we've moved to. And I love it, but there's not going to be any roses in my garden right now. I do love that I have roses that will start appearing in late spring. And I'm going to go ahead and keep coloring, and we're going to add in some of the Calypso Coral as we're doing so. Fun with your colors is easier to do when you know what it takes to coordinate. I adore how our designer series paper is double-sided, and it gives you a full description of what colors to use for perfect coordination. When you pull it up close, you can see how when you add the shadow, you're going to create a lot of depth. Always do so at the bottom of each petal. And then when you go in and soften it on top, you're adding another layer of color and interest. Have fun with it. There's no limit in what you can do. Go ahead and embrace every single vein, and then go over it again. All that shimmer and all that shine will come together, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and I adore the results. What do you think? Do you like to watercolor? Oh my goodness, I love the glimmer on Shimmer. It is so pretty. The Wink of Stella, you can see there, really helps with the watercoloring to blend it so it's very smooth. And I love adding the shadow that we did there. Hopefully you were able to see that little quick preview of that, but every single part of this shimmers, some and more than the other. But then again, we're doing Fashion Friday, you guys. And so if you ever wonder where I get some of my inspiration, it's totally the fact that I love fashion. I really, really do. Now we're going to put together this card using the brand new Vellum Basics pack. Now this comes with 3 stunning patterns and it's so easy to do. So I chose the polka dot because if you guys can look here, you should be able to see the fashion inspiration. You can see it up close on my blog as well. And you can see the color and the pattern. It's just super pretty. So what I have is the petal pink cardstock and the Favored Flower Designer Series paper with the petal pink and the Calypso Coral and the Mossy Meadow. So we kind of tied that all in. And then I did ground this. So this is a different measurement. Make sure you check my blog. It's not necessarily your standard card size. I chose black to ground this project. It might be controversial, especially since the project inspiration was so light. But once you take this is a bold paper, you guys, super bold. And I think it's so pretty, but it does need to be softened for the project of what we're doing. So what we're going to do is, let's just do it this way. We're going to embrace glue dots, multi-purpose and dimensionals. Actually, we're going to do Stampin' Dimensionals and glue dots. Now, when you're using vellum, you want to be careful and cautious because you want to hide your adhesive. And so what that means for me is that I don't adhesive it all down like you think that you would. That's really kind of the key with this. Okay, so it just comes together easy peasy lemon squeezy. So we're going to use our bone folder to give it a firm impression. And we're actually done with the Wink of Stella, so I can put that boy away. And then we have our card. And the big thing you want to notice is, where do you want your card to lay? Do you want your flower kind of like so, or are you going to have it do an elongated? When I look at the sample dress of what is inspiration for today, I'm actually going to go tall because the model is very tall. She's beautiful, right? So easy to see her as this long and willowy beauty. And so we're just going to apply glue dots to the back of my cardstock here. So it's really easy. When you have glue dots, I do the less contact way. So I actually take my cardstock to the glue dot and I put it down so that my cardstock picks it up for me. And this is a less messy way, I would guess. There we go. And I really like to balance my card. This is a card that is going to go on somebody's shelf or their desk, and you want to make sure that it stays together. Then we're going to take the Designer Series paper. Now this is gorgeous on its own, but the inspiration is really soft, right? And that's where we're going to incorporate that beautiful vellum that we have here. And the polka dot vellum screams to me like I am a girl who loves her some polka dots. And so we're going to put on here the glue dots. And I'm going to put one in the center. And though this is stunning on its own, really, you don't even need to do anything at this point. If it were me, I could literally take this card and this greeting and I would think that it was almost done. So pretty, but we're going to elevate this because we're inspired by something really pretty. And we're going to take this flower and we're going to place it across the front of this vellum right now with a dimensional adhesive, which I just grabbed, didn't I? I'll grab another packet because I have no idea where I just placed it. Is that just me? Are you on your crafting area and you could totally lose something in a matter of seconds and you're like, I know that I'm not crazy, but not true. If you ask my husband, if you ask my son, they think I'm crazy, so whatever. And again, even with my dimensionals, I remove the backing and then I apply the image to that. And I want to put one more right here. It's a large flower. And you can see how it's gonna all come together. I'm gonna push that off to the side. I like that there, just like so. And we're gonna take this thanks friend and kind of tuck it in. I like that the flower is gonna kind of eclipse over it. Really simple. I'm gonna grab that, and that's gonna add some layering. So by doing that, I'm gonna take the flat adhesive backed, you know, mini glue dots here. We have mini dimensionals too. And I'm going to tuck that in just a little bit on this. See, it's a little crooked, so let's fix that. Now give it a good rub-a-dub-dub. Now, this is where you hide your adhesives, right? We're gonna come back here, and I want it to be kind of gossamery and shimmery and like soft. So I'm not gonna put down as much adhesive as you think I'm going to. I'm literally placing a glue dot behind the imagery of what I've already stamped and applied here. So I'm gonna go in and put down, making sure I haven't missed any glue dots here, a bunch of glue dots across the back of this vellum. It's my hands that are cold, you guys. It was snowing earlier today, and I think it's gorgeous, but I have a hard time sometimes getting warm when it's snowing or cold, and part of it is we don't really keep the house like roasting. There we go. Now, the only adhesive I have is behind this greeting and the flowers here. Now, you rub it, you're gonna get a little transference of glitter. Don't rub your eyes is what I would recommend, because it's legit glitter. But now it's floating, but it's still down, and you have this stunning, stunning little inspirational card that kind of ties into this beautiful dress that you see on the side here. I love that you can be inspired by fashion in order to create. And if you didn't know, our cardstocks are actually cotton with long fibers. So when you use that, oh, and you get that shimmer, you guys, look at that shimmer. Can you see that? Shimmer and glimmer all day long on this really soft and beautiful card. Now it takes that bold. You guys, this designer series paper is bold. Not shy in the least. Well, there's my thing here, but you can soften it out with that vellum, and it still gives you that beautiful color and texture, and mixing patterns is encouraged, especially with something as classic as polka dots. So I'm going to take this up a notch. So here we're going to grab our elegant faceted studs, gems, they're not studs, and if I can get it open with my cold fingers here. And I'm going to add just a little bit of accent to the, actually I want the clear one on that. I'm gonna go in here and kind of accent with a little bit of fun. A little bit of shimmer and glimmer, right? And there's the clear one. I'm gonna put that right over the leaf. Here we go. Super pretty, not overpowering. I like odd numbers, which is really favorable to the eye. Grab my take your pick tool. It's one of those tools I keep on my desk at all times. And this all comes together with shimmer and glimmer and soft elegance. I'm gonna die to know what you think. Can you see it? Can you see this stunning, stunning inspiration and how it pulls together to create a beautiful handmade card? I hope that you enjoyed this as much as I did. What was your favorite tip and trick inside of this? What do you think of this card? Do you want this card? I want to send it to you. Yes, you. So all you have to do is place an order with me at gettingcrafty.net, especially now during celebration, where you can see all of our new catalogs online live right now. You don't want to miss out, because this paper is free while supplies last. And this vellum, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful with 3 different patterns. You know you need it in your collection. We added a little bit of shimmer. We had some fun die cutting. Oh my gosh, I really love a beautiful handmade card, and I hope you do too. That shimmer, you guys. I could stare at it all day long, and I would love to send you one. Now go ahead, check it out on my blog, description below. And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit that bell because we want you, yes, you, to join us all week long. Mwah! Thanks for joining us. I'll see you later.